Hi guys, I'm the I from K&I Gunplay here today for you from my home. I don't know what that was. Hi guys, the I from K&I Gunplay here today to show you my Apple products and why I use them. It's pretty much a stable video. Nothing much is happening. I'm just sitting here spouting to you why I do things like this, like spending money. I just spend money. This is why you guys need to like my video. You need to fund my videos so I can buy more Apple products. I do have an iPhone XR, which I'm shooting on now. And for those of you who thought I was gonna say iPhone 11 or any type of the 11s, comment down below and I'll reply saying, no, I'm broke. Koby and I bought our iPhone XRs about 2 weeks before the iPhone 11s ever came out. So that happened. But if we did buy those, it would be about $600 more expensive, including tax. We bought the iPhone XR for $828.54 in the store, not including Apple Care, and not including a case or screen protector. I was coming from getting a Google Pixel 3 originally, and Koby was coming from an iPhone 8 that had gotten stolen while he was out with his friends. So we just decided to go and get the iPhones. We went to Zag that was outside, fortunately, and I bought us some clear cases because we do like to have a clear case. I personally like to see the color of my phone. He wanted to put some Polaroids in the back. They were both $20 each. Koby went to go get a new SIM card for his phone because his phone had gotten stolen and they had transferred all his data into the new SIM card. Me personally, I got an unlocked phone so that I could just move my SIM card from my Pixel to my iPhone and everything works perfectly. The guy said that there would be some problems in just doing that, like I wouldn't get some things, and I was just like, it's okay. I don't need the T-Mobile apps, it's okay. Went home first, we sat down. We should have filmed an unboxing video, but we didn't. And we opened up our iPhones, got so excited, we set them up and then put them in their cases. Then after that, we went straight to Garden Grove because there is a person there that has a shop that Koby knows and got us discounts on very thick tempered glass screen protectors that have the black outline around them so that it blends into the phone screen. And they look really nice. I have no scratches on mine. Mine is perfectly safe. It's clear. There's no temperedness on the screen. It looks perfectly clear. It looks like there's nothing on my phone. But Koby has cracked his. I don't know how. He doesn't want to replace it because it was expensive. He has cracked his, even though I dropped my phone a little bit more than he does. And after that, we spent about a week just getting used to our new phones, having no home button. It was actually a very fun process just because I was so excited to have an iPhone again. I wanted to do everything on it. I downloaded everything, I uploaded everything. But if you are looking for a new phone, I do recommend getting a slightly older model. Mine is barely old. It's the XR. It's still somewhat expensive, but it's a lot cheaper than getting an iPhone 11. I personally probably won't update my phone until the iPhone 20 comes out. And that's when I'll get the iPhone 11. That's how my father taught me. But it does work very well. The processor is actually really, really fast. And the battery life lasts very long. I only have to charge it once every 36 hours. That's because I don't really use my phone as much as Koby does, just because he's always texting someone or always on Instagram. But me personally, I'm either on my laptop or on my iPad. So moving on to my iPad. I bought this about a week after I got the iPhone, just because I had a Google Pixel book at the time that I was using for school, along with the Google Pixel book pen. Now this works really well. It is a fabulous Chromebook. It works perfectly well. The camera works very nicely on it. It folds into a tablet. It's very flat. The one thing I was concerned about was that they had wrist pads that you could rest on, and they were made of silicone, and they were all white. So I was very worried about keeping it clean and keeping it nice. That computer, it's a very nice computer. I was able to take notes on it. I could write on it whenever I needed to, but I did miss out on the connectivity from my phone to my computer. Just because they're from two different companies, they wouldn't connect anymore, because originally I had connected my Pixel to my Pixel Book and everything works fine. But now with the iPhone, it doesn't match up. So I told myself I should switch over to an iPad. Now, the iPad itself is actually pretty limited in what it can do because it's an iPad. It's not as much of a computer as people like to believe. So at this point, I went on OfferUp because I didn't want to spend $1,000 in store. So I found a very nice seller. She was selling for her brother. He had an iPad Pro, 2nd generation, still has the home button, with an Apple Pencil and the charger. The only thing she didn't include was the charging brick, and that's perfectly fine for me. I don't mind a longer charge. It can charge while I'm sleeping, and it'll be at 96 when I wake up in the morning. So here is my iPad Pro, 2nd gen. She did include a Folio keyboard that I personally do not use as much, just because I do have a laptop as well, but it does have a very nice type. There is still the 3.5mm headphone jack, as well as the lightning cable. It has quad speakers that work very, very nicely. Front-facing camera, back-facing camera, and home button. I personally love my iPad. I wish I had gotten the 3rd generation iPad. I thought it was the 3rd generation iPad when I bought it, but because the dude had driven so far from Riverside to bring it here, I thought it's worth it. The entire bundle had gone down to $650, and they were very, very nice about it because he had just switched to a MacBook, so he wanted to get rid of this, and it works very, very nicely. The only thing I would say is that there is no screen protector on it, so there are some minor scratches from when he was using it, but I think it's just from something being on the Folio, on the suede, and it may have scratched it. I did not blame him for it. There's nothing wrong with a couple scratches. It still works perfectly fine. So what I use my iPad for, I'm gonna screen record and put it next to you. I have updated it to iPadOS or iOS 13, and it does work very, very well. As you can see, I have all my TV here, I have my games, I have my selling apps if I do need to sell anything, and I do also have some school, bless you. I have some school items in here as well, such as Notability or GoodNotes. And I do use both just because they work so well for different things. And the Notability app, when I bought it, was $11.99 and the GoodNotes was $7.99. So yeah, I'm absolutely broke now. Just wait until I get to the next item. But yes, it works very, very well. I do have some games on here, as you can see, my Plants vs. Zombies. That's just because every time I went into the Apple store when I was a kid, I would always play Plants vs. Zombies, and I always had to start over from the first level just because they always reset. Hey! Rude. But yes, I do not use my iPad for video editing just because I do have a laptop that I can use, and it does work a lot better. Yes, may I help you? You need something? What's that? He has little teeth on his lips. It looks really nasty. Wipe your face. But yes, I do use my iPad for school a lot just because it works so well when writing in class. For Notability, I use it for taking notes on actual documents or on slides. For GoodNotes, I use it when I'm just handwriting things. I have my photos here and some shopping stuff. There's nothing much that I really do on my iPad that I don't do on my phone. The keyboard actually connects through the magnets on the side of the iPad, right here. And on the iPad Pro, 3rd generation, they're actually on the back, which makes for a very skinny case. Just because this extra flap is not here, so you don't have to fold it in and then fold it behind your iPad. You can just fold it straight behind your iPad. I do not like this setup just because it's so flimsy and then it always falls off, like if I yank too hard, which I know I shouldn't. But it connects right in. It's actually a very strong magnet. Works very well. And you can set it up on only one angle, which I don't mind because I don't use it as much, but I would prefer a straight one if I'm sitting down, and then this for when I'm on my lap. And it types very well. The keys, I prefer a little bit more of a click when I type. What are you doing? What do you want? You want to play? Yep. The keys actually type very, very nicely, but I do prefer a bit more depth in my keyboards, which is, it's nitpicky things. I use this whenever I want to take notes in class, or if I ever need to type up anything. I do not really type up things on my iPad just because I prefer desktop versions of Google Docs better, because there's so much more options there, and they're all above in the bar. They're a lot easier to see and a lot easier to navigate for me personally. Yeah, that's pretty much all on my iPad. And I'll do a comparison of GoodNotes and Notability in my next video. I don't know why I'm doing tech all of a sudden, but I get copyrighted for K-pop, so it's okay. This is a week later. I took my dog to the groomers at a PetSmart, and right next to the PetSmart was a Best Buy, so obviously I had to walk in. And so I told myself, hey, I have an iPhone, I have an iPad, maybe I should get a Mac, just for at home for editing videos. But no, they were way too big and fat and expensive, so I just said, let's ask a professional. So I walked up to the Best Buy guy working at the Apple station, and I had asked him, do you have any with a processor of i7? And he said the Macs themselves did not have i7. Hey! The iMacs did not have any in i7, but they did have the new MacBook Pro in i7. It is the brand new one. They did have some student deals though that really helped me out. So my grand total for the MacBook was $1,324 for this. Is the nice now, why do I keep saying iPad? Oh my god. Yeah, may I help you? He brought me this. This is the love that a mother gets. I feel you. But yes, I do have the silver MacBook Pro 2019 version. It is i7 solid state drive, and it is USB-C. So it charges really fast. It only takes me about 30 minutes to charge. It's an amazing computer. And it does have a headphone jack. So if I ever forget my headphones, I can just use the ones at school. But I prefer not to because they're a little stinky. This MacBook does have a touch bar. As you can see, you can adjust your brightness, you can adjust your volume, and your keyboard backlight as well. And it does have Touch ID here as well. So it's kind of catching up. Maybe in the next one, they can do Face ID. Okay, let's just find. I do have the 13 model, so. Okay, so it does have an 8-core processor. Let's just see. Okay, so it has an i7 processor, which is what I was looking for. Why did you just pop up back there? Okay, and what did you just eat off the floor? Oh my god. Okay, so it does have a touch bar. It ranges from different prices just because of the amounts of storage. And so I do have the 13.3 inch just because I don't really need that much space on my iPad. Mac, I don't like having really, really big computers just because they don't really fit in my backpack. But it has an i7 processor, 128 gig solid state drive. I did get the silver one, but I put a case on it just because I didn't want it to get scratched up or any hair on it from my dog. Yeah, it has 16 gigs of memory. And shush! It has 2 Thunderbolt USB-C ports, which works really, really fast when it comes to charging, as well as the headphone jack. So the keyboard is actually backlit. It's actually really, really nice. I do like the type on this. Oh, it's a little sticky. That's just from the rubber. but I do like the type on this just because it's a deeper sound. I would prefer slightly thicker keys like they used to have in the old MacBooks, but I do really like this type. Trackpad does not have the two dongles anymore. It is a forced trackpad, which it's kind of like different for me just because, you know, it's different. So the camera on the MacBook is only 720. It's not bad, but it's not good either. So I personally, chill a second. I personally use this for school, for if I need anything, I need to type up some documents. I know, I'm upset too, okay? The battery on this lasts really, really long, which I love. I can take it. It is operating on Mac OS, which, oof. This is what I deal with every day. You're very close to my face. You're very close to my face. Ugh. So I use this mainly for school. Watch the attitude. I use this a lot for school, especially if I need to type up any documents. It works very, very well with anything I need, except for the fact that Chrome took a couple tries to download just because I don't think I was doing anything wrong, but I probably wasn't doing anything right either. So the MacBook itself was $1324. My case came with the keyboard protector as well as a sleeve that goes over the entire laptop, and that total was $30. It was not a bad thing. So if you are looking to get a new MacBook, I would say get this one just because it is brand new. It works amazingly well. And if you do go to Best Buy, they do have student deals. And so this by itself is $100 off, and it does include Beats. Now you could have chosen between the Beats Solo or the Beats Studio Wireless. The Beats Studio Wireless does cover your whole ear, and it's a lot more efficient when it comes to noise canceling. So obviously you know what I chose because I'm antisocial. So I bought those. They were completely free despite being worth $350 because of Apple student deals at the time. They collaborated with Best Buy and they gave me a free pair of Studio Beats. So now you wonder where all those cool kids got their Beats. They probably got it for free when they bought something new. But I do love how they feel. Just for me personally, I feel like they squeeze my head a lot after I wear them for over 2 hours, so I don't like to wear them for that long. Either that or I use my AirPods. They do get stuck in my ears and they kind of make them sore if I wear them for too long. But I think that's just me being weird. So I would say if you are in need of Apple products, the thing I recommend most, get yourself an iPad. Doesn't matter if it's an iPad Pro, it's an iPad Air, or it's a mini, or if it's a brand new 2019 10.2. All of them work amazingly well. Some are compatible with Apple Pencil 2. Some are only compatible with Apple Pencil 1. I have nothing against Apple Pencil 1, it's just the plastic itself is a little hard to grip. Kind of makes my hands really sweaty if I use it for too long, but the response time is actually very nice. I am looking to upgrade though. I would like a 3rd generation iPad, but I feel like I can wait until the 4th generation iPad Pro. I'll save up for that. So yeah, that's all I really have for you today. If you guys want to see any more videos, just let me know in the comments down below. Or if you want to see us build anything, let us know in the comments down below and we'll see what we can do for you. So K&I Gunpla is out. Well, half of K&I Gunpla.